Buenos dias and como estás? Hey, good morning, and how's everybody doing? Today is the video for the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe that we toured and filmed while in Mexico City. You're really going to enjoy this footage. I'm going to explain a little bit about the Catholic Church and how they view Mother Mary. It's not a part of the Trinity. Also, as you can see in the title that I'm going to craft for this video, I share something with you that I've not shared with many people in life, and it's you'll be able to tell it ain't just something I'm making up, because those little misty things in my ojos. When I get messed up, it's the truth coming out. It's and everything, and so I share something that with y'all today at the end of the Our Lady of Guadalupe tour that occurred to me at a Catholic church called Our Lady of Panama while I was a Marine at Camp Pendleton, and this church was located in San Clemente, California. Okay, well, I hope y'all enjoy the video, and I hope that we can get this out to everybody, because there's probably somebody out there that could really utilize this video. And if you can, like and subscribe, and you know the deal. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Okay, we are in the gift shop of the Our Lady Basilica, and they've got a little bit of everything, so it's just a really good opportunity for you to get something and either get it blessed outside or just take it in with you, do a little praying. Okay, we're about to be there, folks. Let's go see it.
En el nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo, el Señor esté con todos ustedes. Bienvenidos, hermanos y hermanas, a la Basílica de Guadalupe. Siéntanse en la casa de nuestra dulce Madre. Cada uno de ustedes viene aquí con diferentes intenciones. Viene a la gracia.
Okay, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and climb in. As you can hear, they got masks going.
Que bendiga y experimentar de cada uno de ustedes que tengan la salud. También oramos por el eterno descanso de Carmen Manzano Rodríguez en su 21 aniversario luctuoso, para que goce de la paz de Dios, y también a su familia que hoy se reúne aquí en la Basílica. A ustedes los han presentado. Para celebrar dignamente estos santos misterios, reconozcamos que somos pecadores. Yo confieso ante Dios Todopoderoso y ante ustedes, hermanos, que he pecado mucho de pensamiento, palabra, obra y omisión, por mi culpa, por mi gran culpa. Por eso ruego a Santa María siempre Virgen.
Okay, so we just come out of Mass, and yeah, it was very powerful. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is kind of go with you along my journey to becoming Catholic. Okay, raised Assembly of God Baptist and everything, you know, just like everyone else down there in the Panama, Florida. And you know, Mother Mary was a wonderful, beautiful thing and everything, but it wasn't incorporated, you know, into the religion and stuff. So, how did I become Catholic? Okay, well, I was in Bridgeport, California, mountaineer, rock climb, ski instructor, survival instructor, and they sent me to a professional school, and I met my wife there. She was from Central Mexico at that time. Fast forward, she wouldn't go to church with me unless I went to Catholic Mass, okay? And so, you know, I took the classes, and I'm like, hey, I said, as long as y'all got the Trinity, I said, I'm good, all right? And we'll hang out with Mother Mary and figure all the specifics of Catholicism, you know, as we go along. And that's exactly what the Catholic is. It's the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, okay? And so went through the classes, got baptized, and went on. And I actually, there was a miracle that occurred in my life. In Spanish Mass, August the 11th, 2002. Not getting into the details. I was probably the only gringo up in there, you know. And I was with my wife. And long story short, there was a lot of things that prefaced up to that. We were at Bank of America, finished up some fraudulent activity on our bank account the day before, and you know, went to the teller to hand the stuff, and he looked at us and he said, hope you have a pleasant day tomorrow. So yeah, slip of the tongue. All right, went on. Well, 12 o'clock the next day at the Mass, I walked in there and I just could feel just a pure, beautiful, wonderful energy. And we went down and sit down. We didn't know nobody in there. And so long story short, just continued that good energy. And I'd always had a problem. Because the mosaic, it was the name of the church was Our Lady of Fatima. Okay, that's where Mother Mary came down in Portugal. That's another story. But always, as an Assembly God Baptist dude, you know, I'm like, hey, well, they got Mother Mary up there in the center, and they got the crucifix on the side. You know, that was just something, you know, from growing up. So went on, and during the Mass, I looked to the left of the mosaic of Mother Mary, and at this time there were two things that are occurring. There was a stain on the wall, and then a shadow being casted on top of the stain. Without one or the other, it would have not made the image. And I looked, and I'm like, huh, a 30-foot tall image of Jesus Christ, you know? And so, and I'm like, and I mean, it's Jesus. He had his head tilted, had his gown all the way down to, you know, to the floor. And I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. Why? I've been to 23 countries. I'd walked, left footprints in Somalia, Mogadishu, and all that. I could figure this one out. And so I started looking at all the stained glass windows, and I couldn't match it. And I'm like, it dawned on me finally. I'm like, oh yeah, it's 12:15. You figured out, Rick. Where you think all these windows, you know? So I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good feeling, and I'm like, well, I guess it just went crazy. So I was like, well, let me see if I can find another crazy one up in here. So I bumped my wife, and I didn't give her a mental impression of what, you know, to look for. I said, hey, look up there to the left of Our Lady of Fatima, the marble mosaic. Look on that wall. I said, do you see anything? She goes, yeah. She goes, it's Jesus. I'm like, awesome. There's two crazy people in here now, right? And so that was my way of dealing with all the excitement, joy, and confusion and happiness and just pure energy. And so we're sitting there, you know, and we're going through and we're talking through this, that, and the other, kind of pointing it all out. And so going on, I'm like, well, all right, last call. They probably don't believe a husband and wife in here. And I told her, it was all Spanish, all Mexican, Southern California. And I was like, hey, that couple, that family behind us, go ahead, just don't tell them what it is. Just tell them to look up there. So she did. And I heard the word Jesus. I was like, good, there's three crazy up in here now, right? So went on, and we're all just kind of enjoying it. Powerful, powerful, powerful. And at the same time, what am I doing? Hey, I can figure it out. There's something going on. Somebody's pulling something. I was like, yeah, maybe this is some type of some kind of stunt. But I went on, and mass concluded. I'm like, okay, Rick, what is probably the responsible thing that you're supposed to do right now? I was like, well, I guess after everybody gets done, shaking the Father's hand. Oh, let me back up. Okay, so towards the conclusion of Mass, we're enjoying it, and it was like Jesus says, hey, here comes the inside curveball on you. Figure this one out, boy. And so we're sitting there, and at this time, remember, there was a stain on the wall, and there was shadows. You wouldn't have the image without those two things. Well, the next thing that occurred, there were two lights came on that image. There was one there on that side of the image. There was one there on that side of the image. And we're sitting there and we're talking about it. Yeah, y'all see the lights? Yeah, look like a little flashlight going off on the wall over there. And so those two images started to move to the center, from the opposite sides coming into the center. And we're sitting there, and whenever they connected, there was like a big heart, like a big light there, and then the cross formed when those two lights connected. I'm like, yep, that was the inside curveball right there. So I ain't got nothing on it. I can't figure it out, but enjoying it, loving it. And so after the Mass, then, I was like, I brought it up to the priest. I said, hey, do you see anything over there? He didn't see nothing. I was like, okay, you have a good evening, sir. And but going forward, kind of my way that, if you're Assembly of God Baptist and you've ever looked any of your friends in the eyes and said, please pray for me, that from what I've gathered, my Assembly of God background, raising up as a kid, that's how Mother Mary is utilized in the Catholic Church. And also, oh, by the way, that garment in there, she instructed Juan Diego to build a basilica church, and name it her. And as you can see, it's the cross with her kneeling, or at her painting. The miracle that they've got displayed is down to the right of the cross, just as she'd be whenever Jesus was crucified. And so she's not part of the Trinity. The Catholic Church doesn't identify her part of the Trinity, but to just try to convey that to you guys, that's pretty much how I've utilized and understand. It's just like you telling one of your friends, your pastors, that say, hey, pray for me. And that's how it's utilized. So, all right. So I was wondering when in life I was going to pull this one out. I know a lot of y'all, but there's only certain times in my life that I've told that story. But hey, what a better place than to do it here, So hey, God bless y'all. And like I say, I hope that I get some really good footage, and I think we'll keep the Basilica tour independent of all of the other things in Mexico. And oh yeah, by the way, I'm Catholic. I'm about to go find me some Catholic food and a little bit of mezcal. God bless y'all. We'll see you.